guys, Rascal here, and welcome to another Rascal Reviews. This time I'm covering the very recent pilot on YouTube, Lackadaisy. And this one I'm wanting to cover pretty recently. I wanted to get it while it's still fresh, and I know lots of people want to cover it too, so thanks to everyone for reviewing this pilot as well. Now, I really had no idea what Lackadaisy was at one point. I just heard about an announcement for it, and the channel ended up popping up in notifications about a short film coming soon, and showing some artwork from old comics and things. And I really love the art style and the theme of it and the time setting. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. It looks like they put a lot of work into it, and I support Hazbin and Helluva Boss on this channel already, so why not throw this into the mix too? So watched the pilot going like with a blind reaction about the same day it came out, and I was pretty amazed on how well made it was. I mean, it was phenomenal. It wasn't even done by the same company that did Hazbin and Helluva Boss, because they're two different companies. I am well aware of that. It's two different studios and two different channels working on their projects. And in here, there's actually a bit of a different theme as well. Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss seem to have, like, they really make it clear these shows are for adults. Adults only, because there's heavy swearing, some violence, a little bit of blood. They use the F-bomb. They make a lot of innuendos and sexual gestures and everything, so they make it clear it's for adults. Lackadaisy, while it can be for adults, it's actually pretty clean compared to it. I mean, yeah, they have some of the characters drink a little alcohol, and they have the shootout with the guns, but no one gets shot or killed, so it kind of ended up being like a stormtrooper fight. But Lackadaisy is actually much safer to watch if you're a little younger than Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss. But that doesn't mean it's not as good. It actually just means they're trying to open up to a wider audience by having it be a little tame. They could add this stuff later, but right now they want to present it as something more people could watch to get off the ground. Now, it looks like from the description and from what I'm watching, Lackadaisy is about these three cats during 1927, where prohibition is in effect, and you cannot have, I guess, I believe is alcohol they cannot have. I'm a little rusty on that type of history, but please feel free to tell me the true definition in the comments. I don't mind. I do love learning more information. They're trying to find, I guess, alcohol for the Lackadaisy Club, hence where the title came from. Roll credits. And it looks like they're going grave digging or grave robbing or something, and they make it clear they're going near the graves, but they're not digging them up, but it's still like, maybe you shouldn't be there in the first place. And you kind of introduced to the characters of the short and how the dynamic is set up, and then as they're making their delivery back home, they're stopped by, looks like these other gangster cats in here, and they're being chased down by them. Now, you don't really find out why they're being chased and leave it more up to a mystery. They just kind of really want you to see the characters themselves and build them up. And for a lot of people, they love Rocky, who is the cat you see in the beginning that's kind of going on a soliloquy of sorts with his violin, and it kind of doesn't make any sense to me, but hey, I know it makes sense to somebody. Somebody wrote it. So, as it goes on, they're being chased. They run into this old abandoned, looks like a railroad station or something. And they kind of get into a bit of an accident. And Rocky hits his head and goes ballistic. And this is where it shows that the voice actor, Michael Korvac, really shined through by doing his crazy ranting. And it's a sight to see, because it looked like to me he hit his head and went crazy. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but that's what it looks like it happened to me. And from there, he's like releasing dynamite, fireworks, explosive and stuff everywhere until he finally calms down. And it looks like he and his cousin, they call him Babyface, have a sort of trigger about them, like someone triggers them going crazy. Babyface seems to look like it's fire, maybe firearms or actual fire, I'm not sure. And then Rocky just has to get hit on the head, and then he goes ballistic. And I'm sure there's more to it reading the comics, because I've never read them. It has the tones of Black Side, as Mama Entertainment has said when she watched it with me later. It reminds you of some of those older themed movies where it's about the detectives and the mystery and the different settings where they had to solve crimes and get by without the use of technology and everything, which really opens the door to a lot of creative scenarios in here. And one of the biggest things in here to me, besides just the beautiful animation, would be there's this one character called Mordecai. And I understand this comic has been going on for a while now, and they were probably way ahead of Vox Machina, or Vox Machina was ahead of them. I can't be sure because I don't know that much detail about either property. But they have the character of Mordecai, who's a black cat, and if you watch him long enough, he actually looks like if Percy from Vox Machina was a cat. I mean, it looks like a cat Percy. He had the same clothing, the same attitude, the glasses, the gun, the facial expression looked pretty similar. The coat and everything, it almost looked like they just got inspired by this character design. And I think it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious that they have done that. And that's all I can start thinking of Mordecai as when I watched it. It actually makes me want to cast him as Percy now in my Vox Machina spoof. I think it's hilarious. But as the pilot continues, you understand why they were getting the alcohol, and you actually get a little bit of backstory as you get towards the end. They don't reveal everything. They sort of just kind of leave it as a very quiet, subtle note on, okay, there's more to come if you continue. At the time we had looked back at it, it was at over 5 million views. It's probably way more by now too. And people are really hoping that this does become a full-on series at some point in the future, because this could be huge. It really could be. As big as Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel. And I think it could get a wider range of people watching and different ages, because there's not a ton of things that kids can't see and it's not restricted to them. This leaves it open for more people to watch. And I hope that the Lackadaisy crew is really successful in making a full show. And I don't know if they're looking to be picked up by a TV network or a streaming service, or are they going to make their own episodes depending on how well the reception is on YouTube. But either way, I'm looking forward to more episodes. I would love to learn more about this world and these characters. Animation is phenomenal. It's like the best part about phenomenal animation, great voice talent, interesting story. It almost feels like you're already watching a finished show. It doesn't even feel like you're watching something that's a pilot or a test or a short film. It looks like it's fully developed, fully realized, and you're just watching one part of it. And I absolutely, positively love it. I hope that they are successful, and regardless of where they go to get it out, that they get the recognition they deserve, and they are blessed every day from the revenue and from the subsidiaries and from whoever picks them up if they don't decide to go on their own. So, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of Lackadaisy in the comments below. Did you love it too? Did you think it was okay? Or did you not really understand it and you want to read the comic to find out more? Let me know in the comments below. And tell me if you have a favorite character in here already and you want to wait for more. Or is there any history you have on the comics that I happened to gloss over because I told you I haven't really read that much about it, even though it was a comic to begin with, until much later. Please tell me all your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Please go watch this pilot. It is fantastic. I'll see you guys next time on Rascal Reviews. Later.